Alright, welcome back to Team 8 Valve. I lost all my IFO footage. I don't know what happened. I guess the SD card in here and the GoPro wasn't pushed in all the way. The whole time I thought I was recording, I wasn't. Anyway, went to IFO. I broke the shift linkage, well, the plastic end links. On this one, I broke the plastic one. So I kind of had to call it quits, and then I got here and I just welded this garbage shit on here. It looks terrible. But as long as it works. I ordered some Honda, like the K-tuned cables from eBay. They're like 55 bucks just to see how it'll fit, or just to see if I can make it work. I think I can. But for the meantime, this will have to do. I'm planning on going to the track this Friday. No, Sunday actually. It's like the bracket racing thing. But the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to a bug run June 1st. And it's in Oregon. I'm not going to drive my car this rabbit 3 hours over there only to find out that it's got problems. So I'll go test it at the track on the 19th. See how it goes. Still, dogbox have not made a full pass. Other than the street stuff, that's about it. And then the other thing is my shift tower. I have a Cooler Works shifter on here, and this usually goes from the bottom. You can buy this one. This one goes from the bottom. You can see the studs right here. You push it from the bottom. You put the nuts on top, or you can buy ones that go on top. You'd have to drill a hole in the firewall to run your cables. But at the track, they're kind of hassling me now about, what are these called? The harnesses. So I put my harnesses in, and then now I'm kind of pushed back a little bit. So I'm trying to convert my bottom mount shifter to a top mount. So as you can see, this was pretty long. I had to cut it and weld it back just to make it a little bit shorter, so that it can sit somewhere right here. And the other thing too is I'm a tall guy, so with this from the bottom was a little bit short, and I had to kind of reach. But with it up here, it brings it up by a lot of inches, maybe 4 inches higher than it was before, and it's a lot closer, so I don't have to reach out. So I welded that, cut it, and I made it. I don't know if it seems pretty dark in here from the GoPro view, but I'll show you how much I took out. So there's that. What's that piece right here? Yeah, this is how much I took out. So quite a lot. Well, like an inch. I took an inch out. So it's going to be an inch shorter, and then I did that so I can push it farther back because it hits the handbrake, so it's farther back. Now I just got to figure out how to mount it, and then we'll go on from there. So then it'll be a top mount rather than a bottom mount. The bottom mount kind of works pretty good when you're just doing street stuff, but when you're kind of racing, you need that shifter right there. But I'll figure out how to mount it, and then we'll go on from there. And then look at them welds though, huh? Freaking Skittles in this bitch. Taste the rainbow. I've always been terrible with stainless, or what is it called? Just steel in general. But then once I got the bigger cups, just flow gas in there and just kind of go slow, it looks pretty good. So nice. I will figure out how to mount this. I got the studs here. This kit comes with holes where you can kind of mount it right there and right there, just the studs in this. So I just gotta figure out how to mount it, and then I'll show you when I get there. But other than that, the other update too is the dog box. Dude, this thing's been out of the car at least 6 times. I'm kind of having my doubts with the sapinho gear set. Like, there's so much. I didn't show installing the dog gears because it was such a pain in the ass. I went to Jake's house at least like 3 days, we're trying to figure out, you gotta grind this, you gotta shave this to make it fit. It was such a pain in the ass. I feel like I should have spent an extra, it was like almost $1,500 to $2,000 more to get the Calamar, which is plug and play, no issues. But we'll see. I kind of worked on the reverse and it feels a lot better now, but we'll find out on the 19th. I'll try and get videos then, but I'll go on work on the shifter, and then we'll go on from there. Alright, I mounted the shift tower. I'll try to get some better light in here. Shift tower right there. Like I said, this used to sit on the bottom side. Now it's on top. And I did that so I can lift it higher, about 2 inches or 2.5 inches higher. And then move it back so it's closer to the steering wheel. Like the steering wheel right here, shifter is basically right there, so it's easy reach. Surprise! Car's on jack stands. Again. Guess what's out? The transmission out again. This is probably like the 5th time. I am having no luck with this dogbox. It's sapinho, the Brazilian brand. I went to drive it yesterday, and I wish I recorded it, but every time I put it in third and put a little bit of load into it, it just kicks me out. It feels like it's skipping a tooth. That's what it feels like. In other news, you've heard me complain about my slicks from Jags, the 23-inch. So they finally arrived. They're supposed to be here in like September or whatever. So I got my 20-inch, 23-inch slicks. Got them. I got my 22 dismounted, and I got these mounted yesterday. But guess what I did a week before I got my 23-inch slicks? I went ahead and bought 24s. 24 and a halves, because nobody had Jags never gave me a tracking number, anything to tell me, hey, your wheels are gonna be there, the ETA is Tuesday or whatever. No tracking number, no nothing. So I went and picked these up. These are 24 and a halves, 8.5 by 24 and a half by 13. And then I ordered 8 by 23 by 13. So I picked these up for a deal with the wheels, and then a week later these show up. I was like, what the fuck, dude? So now I got 22s, 23s and 13s, 23s and 15s, and then 24 and a halves and 13s. So I guess I won't be buying slicks here for a while. But. And the other thing too, I was calling Jags, and every time I called them, I was caller number 100 plus. I would wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning just to try and get them, you know, just to be the first caller, or at least the first 10 or whatever. Nope. 6 o'clock in the morning, you're a caller 109. What the fuck? But whatever, dude. Got bigger problems to worry about right here. It's been a couple days since I pulled this trans. It's just been sitting here. But I figured I'd show you, man, I'll insert a picture here because I already kind of fixed the issue. Well, fixed in quotes, fixed. Meaning welding. So here's the thing you got to know about the sapinho dogbox. Like, number one, this is your shift fork. Can you tell the difference? You got the extra meat right here, and here it's all shaved off. pretty smooth versus you got a bump right here. And that's because this shift fork for here is for third and fourth. And then the bottom one is for first, second. So I had to shave this because it makes contact with, this is an input shaft. It makes contact with this guy right here. So if you slide that journey in there and align everything. Here, let me, come on. There we go. I'll just kind of mock it up a little bit. Anyway, here's what I'm saying. Right here. So your third and fourth. Oh, that's not in on this side. Anyway, your third and fourth, right? It looks this. So usually this will make contact with this gear. So you have to shave it down here to clear that. And also, this is your reverse gear. This guy goes in right here, and then this one goes, well, it goes like this. So that goes in like that, and that's your reverse gear. So when it's all the way down, it doesn't go all the way down. Usually there's a bracket. You see this hole right here? There's a bracket that holds this at a certain height. But the issue is, this reverse gear right here. Let's see. The reverse gear makes contact with the first gear. So as you can see, I shaved the bottom. I shaved the bottom of it. Let's see if I can get it off. It's kind of hard trying to do this with one hand, but see the back of this gear is shaved off. So that's one of those clearance things that you gotta do. And then I'll take the reverse gear off. See if I can slide this input shaft out with one hand. There we go. And then right here is this is the slider, the dog engagement that I was having issues with. So these little lugs that you see right here slide into this. This is like third, and this is fourth. So these little lugs, they go right in there. And on this side as well. When you slide that in there, hear that? It just dropped right in. Listen, it just drops right in. So these lugs, you can't tell, but I'll post a picture. One of the ends, like they were so smooshed on one end. So every time I put in gear, the gear would just skip or jump. It's just jumping one of these. So I did what you're not supposed to do. I welded the other end, but I'm gonna, as you can see, there's two sides, like front, back, or back, front, whatever. So this side was the messed up side, and this side is still new. So I'm gonna flip it to where the new side is what's making contact. So I'll do that and put it back in. I only have a week to figure this shit out, on top of all the other shit that I have going on, and then towing this thing to Oregon 3 hours. So that's where I'm at with this. So I got this welded and figured out, and then I shaved the reverse gear. I'll put it all back together and see what happens.